Hi, my name is Dakota Denver. I'm presenting Networking is About Trust from the Strategic Finance magazine. Before I begin, I'd like to start with a little joke, and it's how can you tell if an accountant is an extrovert? And you can tell by if he looks at your shoes while he's talking to you instead of his own. Accountants are usually pretty, I mean, when we think of accounting, when normal people think of accounting, they think of, these pencil pusher guys that just have a calculator all the time and don't talk to anybody. And that's not true, and that doesn't need to be true. And I think this is something that accounting really needs to look at, especially in like public accounting, where you have clients and things like that, and especially as a partner. So what accounting is missing is just that networking, that communication. Communication is extremely important, especially in accounting, whether it's internal communication, internal networking, or external. Internal being like, communicating with your boss or your, manager, or working on it as a team. All these things are important in networking and can get you places within your industry and promotions, as well as external networking. If you're a partner at a CPA firm or something like that, quite often they get new clients from networking and doing things like that. So it's really important to do networking. So I'll just jump into kind of the analysis of networking. The article that I read talked about the kind of four things that you should do to like successfully network. The first is when well, let me get into where you can network. There's a lot of different places to network, a lot of different ways to do it. There's networking groups like the Chamber of Commerce or something like that. And so when you get into these networking groups, they recommend to start kind of like by asking questions and getting to know that person, as well as offering your own substance and offering something that could possibly benefit them as well, and just kind of getting to know them. And then when you do get to the point where you're kind of understanding who they are, it's really important to emphasize those points that you have mutual things in common. That's just a really good way to make sure that they kind of remember you and kind of know that you have things in common that brings you together. And then finally, when, after you've got to know them and you leave your business card with them, it's really important to follow up with them and basically foster that relationship. I think that's the easiest way that we can get lost in networking, is it's really easy to go and meet somebody, but then like 2 seconds later, you just forget them. So it's really good to follow up, and that's where the networking value comes. And finally, to end, I just really think that networking is important. I think that, if you were to lose your job and go broke tomorrow, that the people that the network that you have, would decide where you'd go next. So it's really the ultimate fallback, the ultimate net, to be able to, produce value for yourself and for others. And so I just wanted to show this quick video of The Simpsons of a tax accountant here, not doing the networking thing. And so here you go.
Oh, January 1st. Better get going on those taxes, Nitty.
So yeah, in conclusion, just we got to get out there as accountants and put ourselves out with others and get to know others, and to make sure that we communicate well. Thank you very much.